everyone, and welcome to another All About You. December has been a month of holidays, right? We've given you advice. We've begun a series since the beginning of the month speaking about tips on how you can spend less during the holidays, and it's been amazing. And today we're bringing one more tip, but I'm not alone. I'm with Raquel. Hello, Raquel.
Hello, Marty. How are you?
So what are we speaking about, Raquel, today?
Today we're going to speak about something really interesting. You know, Marty, sometimes when you go to holidays, you don't plan to have such a little problems which sometimes are very annoying, right? Sometimes things like misunderstanding with the family.
Yes.
You know, that difference, you know, you want to go to the beach, I want to go to the park.
Yes.
This little difference that we don't usually think about, when you go to holidays, sometimes they can happen, and much more, but we're going to speak during the program.
Yes, today we're speaking about making the most of your holidays, right? We know that holidays are meant to be a time where you're supposed to distress. Let's look at the purpose of holidays. Why is it that we have holidays? What are holidays meant for, Raquel?
I believe holiday, Marty, to everyone, is a time for you to relax.
Yes.
It's a time for you to forget about the problems, sometimes the bad experience you had during the year. It's a time for you to get to know new places, new people, for you to be closer to your family, right? For you to enjoy life, sometimes enjoy your own life, because usually people just work, and it's a moment for you to take to yourself and your family to relax, basically.
So we see that they are meant to be good. Holidays are meant to be good, but sometimes that doesn't always happen.
That's true.
Holidays end up being a stressful time in people's lives. Things happen that instead of relaxing them, they end up stressing them, right? And one of the things you touched on in the beginning is that holidays is the time that we normally see families fighting a lot, right?
That's true.
You know, for some, like you said, for many times for small reasons, families end up fighting. So instead of them making the most of their time together, enjoying their time together, they fight about, okay, so I want to do this, we always do what you want to do, I want to go to this place, you want to go to that place. So there's always quarreling, arguments, and that's something to watch out for during the holidays, you know, for you to make sure that you're not spending your holidays where you're meant to relax, arguing with your family, right?
You're giving a nice example, because concerning family, I remember I had an experience like that. I went to travel with my family and my father's relatives as well, and his sisters and his nephew, niece. It was a big trip. When we arrived there, my aunties, they wanted to cook, to be the whole day in the kitchen.
Sounds familiar. I've had this argument with my in-laws before.
So they want to be the whole day in the kitchen and cooking those food that takes hours. And for me, and I remember for my mom, some of us, we were already planning. We would use, not anymore, I wouldn't really go to holidays anymore like that, but at those times, we were used to wake up in the morning. Sometimes my mom would cook, let's say, a quick pasta. Sometimes, if not, we'd just eat out. And that's it. We get our things and go. In that holiday, we would stay the whole morning because they had to cook and cook. So this brought problems, because we wouldn't think of a way out to solve that situation. So everyone would stay, everyone would wait, people would start complaining, and after all that food, the lunch and everything, we would already go out upset. So that's not a good holiday. And
it's true. And another thing that stresses people during the holiday that we see is traveling to an unfamiliar place, right? When you go to an unfamiliar place, everything around you is a stress factor. Maybe many times the language, you don't speak the language around that area, you don't understand much of the directions, so you're always lost, you're always kind of out of your element, right? And that can cause a lot of stress for people, isn't it?
Sometimes, Marty, people think that even that would be nice. It would be an adventure. Imagine you getting lost in Rio de Janeiro. Sometimes people think like that. I'm going to travel there. I'm going to go to this country. And imagine, it's okay. Even if we get lost, it's going to be exciting. But when you arrive there and you were planning to go to that place which would close by 5 p.m., let's say, and you don't find the place, you don't have the proper address, you don't know how to find yourself in the place. So this becomes very upsetting, very frustrating.
Yeah, it can be a scary thing. I mean, I've been in places before where I got lost and I did not speak the language, and it was very hard to find my way around, and it's not fun, right?
It was not an adventure at that time, because maybe later on you can even laugh about it. But when you are in the situation, you don't find fun, you don't find interest. It can be very upset, it can bring problems. As you said, it can be dangerous as well. So I think we have to speak a little bit about this, how to solve this problem after our break, right?
We will. But there's another factor again. There's something else that makes people scared during the holidays, Raquel. And what is it?
I remember one thing that I used to do as well. One of the things was try to do everything at once.
Yes.
Have you ever tried that?
It's true. It's true. It's like you think, all right, I have the whole year where I'm busy. Now I'm going to get to do everything that I didn't get to do during the during the whole year.
The end of the world.
Yeah. And so it's like you said, you wake up in the morning and you're already, okay, I'm going there today and I'm going there today. By the end of the day, instead of having relaxed, you are completely dead, and it's like your holiday did not have any effect. Anyway, these are some reasons. We're going to go for a break right now, a quick one. When we come back, we're going to give you tips on how you can make the most of your holiday. Stay tuned.
Hello friends, we are back speaking about holidays.
Yes.
And before our break, our topic here was very interesting. You know, sometimes when you go to holidays, there are some little problems that you didn't think about it, and because you are already there in this situation, you don't know how to solve it.
And sometimes, Raquel, it's not even that people travel, it's within their own environment. It could be staying at home, right? It does not necessarily mean going away. It could be spending like the holidays together. People fight about whose house am I going to, whose house are we going to. We always come to my house, it's always me who has to spend. So not necessarily traveling can be stressful. Even remaining at home but being around your family can also be stressful. But yes, true. We're moving on. We're talking about solution now.
And one of the things we were speaking about concerning these little disagreements that sometimes can become in big arguments among the family members. For example, as I gave my example, sometimes for someone to relax is to be at home, cooking, doing something that she doesn't usually do. Sometimes for others to relax is to wake up in the morning, just have a quick breakfast and go out. Sometimes to others, not to go to the beach, although it's a place where there are beaches, maybe it's to go to a green area. So people have different needs, people have different ways to relax. And this is something we have to plan before. You have to think not only about yourself. For example, I like beach. So in those days I would go to the beach and enjoy myself, but I would hate to be at home like some of my family members like it to do. So you have to plan. Maybe, for example, let's do a group. Look, some of us are going to the beach, some of us are going to the park, some of us are going to stay home. whoever people wants to do, whatever they decide to do, let them be free.
Yeah, I think you make a good point, Raquel. A person has to focus on the relaxation, right? Instead of your own selfish enjoyment, you focus on your own relaxation, but not only your own, the whole family as the family as a whole. Because if not everybody is relaxed, the ones that are not relaxed are going to stress out even you who are relaxed. So you may say, for example, like you said, oh, okay, we decide to stay at home because that's what everybody wants, for us to stay at home. But then you stay at home and then you're there. None of you are relaxed because those of you who wanted to go out are sitting there begrudgingly. Huffing. So nobody is enjoying their time. You get to do what pleases you, but nobody is enjoying, nobody is relaxing. So I think people have to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture does not only involve you. When you go on holidays with family or you have your family around, the picture includes your family. And you have to take that into consideration. You have to understand that if the whole family is not relaxed, not everybody will be relaxed, right? And so you have to focus on what makes everybody relaxed. You have to focus on what makes everybody happy. And it means sometimes shifting and balancing things. And even though you stay at home and you don't do what you wanted to do, your satisfaction and your relaxation will come from knowing that your family members are happy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's very important. Sometimes you need to know that you're not gonna be doing what you want. Sometimes you're gonna sacrifice a little bit to make the other person happy. So this is something that will avoid a lot of problems during holiday, right? Yeah. The second thing is think.
To be a thinker, right? I think people have to many people kind of stumble into holidays, right? They enter the holidays and kind of think, oh, time to relax, time to switch off. I think I planned the whole year, so I'm just going to switch off and make my mind rest. And it's true, you need to do that. You need to de-stress. You need to make sure that your mind gets to rest. It doesn't work hard. But before you get to that point, you need to plan, you need to think. And many people, they forgo, they kind of avoid thinking during the holidays. They kind of opt to being impulsive, like we talked about in previous shows. And that is a thing that causes stress. When it's like this. If, for example, let's say you're going to go from point A to point B. You need to have a direction. You need to know how to get to point B. If you go out, for example, and you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to go to the city, but you have no clue how to get to the city, it's going to stress you. It's not going to make you relax. So you're going to try and find your way, you're going to be lost, and you're going to, you're going to go around, you're going to end up crazy. But when you know that, okay, I'm going to go to the street, turn right, turn left, you don't even, then your mind doesn't even work because you already have the plan. You already have, you know how to get where you want to go. And that's what people, I don't know if, I mean, I'm going around in circles, but I hope that it makes sense.
No, this is something, Moti, that really helps people. I remember once I went to travel with my parents to another country, a totally different language. We arrived very early at the station, but we didn't know how to reach the hotel. So we were there, everything was closed. We didn't know how to speak properly, communicate. And this was already the beginning of a stressful day. Why? Because this thing of sometimes think is just adventurous. Oh, look, it's 20 minutes. We can find our way, and you don't plan yourself before. This can bring problems as well. So plan yourself. If you are planning, oh, we want to go to the beach, we want to visit the museum. So how can we go from here there? What are the options? Bus, train, how can we reach there? So these kind of things are going to give a very helpful, you're going to be very helpful to those who are traveling.
Exactly, and you said something before when we were planning this, it's to have plan B, right? Because that's the thing, you may even have a plan A, you may have thought about, about things up to a point, but you need to also have a plan B in case your plans don't work out. So, for example, I know how to get there, I know that I need to get the bus, I know that I need to get the train, but if I get there and that's station happens to be under construction. I mean, I looked it up on the internet, but the station happens to be under construction. So what is your plan B? Your plan B is knowing where to go get the information that you need. So looking for example, knowing all the helpful points of that place, knowing that, okay, where can I find a police station? Where can I find, these information points? We don't always have them in all countries, but you get places where you can find out information. So all of those things. Where can I find an internet cafe close by in case I need to go on the internet and kind of find my way around. So always have a plan B. Don't just make one plan, and that's what's going to make you make the most of your holiday, when you think and when you plan, right?
That's true. And the third and last one, the third tip is, don't try to do everything at once. You're gonna get stressed. I know sometimes you are going to a new country or a new place, and you got to know so many things you can do there, that in the morning you have a plan, in the afternoon you have another, in the evening you have another. So when you go to bed, as Maud said before our break, you are dead. Sometimes you can even get sick, you start having headaches. So you don't enjoy yourself. Why? Because you want to embrace the whole world.
I remember the time that we had, you remember with the group that we were mentoring, we had a time out with our group, and our plan was from 6 in the morning until midnight, right?
That's true.
When we came back like this, we couldn't, because we had activities planned. Of course, we were mentoring a group of young women. We wanted to get to know most of them a lot better, so we planned to spend a lot more time with them, but I think we overdid it. We all came back like we forgot that, you know, our age was a little bit advanced, and that's it. We've come to the end of our program. This time flew so much. So yeah, this is, I think this is a pretty good conclusion to the whole series that we've begun in December. Be someone who plans, because your holidays, you're going to make the most of it if you have planned them well, right? As they say, failing to plan is planning to fail. And that's it.
That's true. And remember, not everything is perfect. Sometimes you're gonna go through little problems, but don't allow these things to ruin your holiday.
Yeah, focus on what is the most important, which is to relax, which is to have a good time, which is to be close with your family. Focus on those things instead of things that are insignificant and irrelevant. And that's where we end this series. We're gonna come back in January with another series, and we hope you enjoy the rest of what is remaining.
Comments.
Yes,
leave
definitely.
their comments. Share this video.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely make the most of this video. It can help other people. Maybe, who knows, at this moment they're in the middle of having an argument, and this video can change things around, can make them make the most of the rest of their holidays, which is what we hope for you, that you enjoy the rest of your holidays, and see you next year.
Bye-bye.
Bye.